Hi, I'm Amber Stanley with Amber Wave Stories, and thanks for being here. I'm going to be reading an essay today entitled Complicated Grief with Complicated People from my Everyday Life and Loss collection of essays. Here we go. When people talk about grief, I should say, if they talk about it, the phrase loved one is often used in reference to the deceased. But what if the relationship you had with a now deceased person didn't neatly fit that description so much as it's complicated? Probably does. What if you had a difficult, antagonistic, love-hate, or even hate-hate, or abusive relationship with the person who died? It's perhaps easier to understand grief when there was a loving, supportive, and securely attached relationship between people. It gets thornier when there's insecure attachment or even toxic ties. This happens more often with families, the ties that bind, though it can also happen with other complicated human relationships, exes, difficult friendships, and other connections. For these, grief can look very different. There may be a sense of relief, an onslaught of anger or rage, a profound level of regret and sadness, guilt, and sometimes all of these and more emotions all at once. If you had a complicated relationship with the person in life, it will likely continue to be complicated in death. There's an inertia to relationships. You're mourning not just the person, but everything that they meant and represented to you. You're grieving the missed opportunities, the loss of the chance to mend the relationship, and for something that you never had, perhaps, the relationship that you wanted with the person. People are infinitely complex. Few people are all good or all bad. We're all a messy mix. You can focus on the bad things about the person, which will likely result in angry feelings. You can focus on the good things and likely feel melancholy. Over time, you may be able to see the whole person, good, bad, and everything in between. Grief isn't a passive event. It requires action to move through it and with it. Participation rather than spectator sport. Take care of yourself, find support too, and thank you for listening.